Hi everyone and welcome to Sheetgo's YouTube channel. In this video I will show you how to transform CSV to PDF and automatically create customized documents from your CSV data. While CSV is a great way to store huge amounts of data, it's not that easy to share and process or create reports from it. We all know PDF as the best format to create shareable documents without sharing any personal or private information, or without sharing the original document. A great solution to be able to share your CSV data is by using Sheetgo to automatically transform the CSV into custom documents per row of data, generate them as PDFs, and then send them directly to their recipients in just a matter of minutes. Let's explore more in detail why it's useful to use Sheetgo for CSV to PDF conversion. Let's say I have a CSV database full of all my customers' invoices and their data after they have purchased an item of my website. So I have all the data in here in my CSV file, as you can see. Using Sheetgo, I can transfer each row of customer data into a formatted invoice document, convert this to a PDF, and then send it directly to the corresponding client via their Gmail, all automatically and without sharing private information of other customers. Before we get started, you need to prepare your two files correctly. So you need to have your CSV file with all of your invoice and client data, and you also need your document template in Google Docs. Let me show you. There we go. For example, I've created this invoice document in Google Docs right here. Of course, here you would add your logo, here you write your business name and your contact information, and then Sheetgo will do the rest for you. As you can see, the document is full of these smart tags in between the curled brackets right here. And these are the same name as the column headers in our CSV file. So Sheetgo will per row automatically recognize the client name, the invoice number, the invoice due date, and the amounts and the total. So that's it. We need to have these two documents ready, and then we can start creating our workflow from CSV to PDF in Sheetgo. Let me go into the Sheetgo web application. You can use the link that I've put in the video description below to sign up. It will take you to this screen right here where you can sign in with your Google, Microsoft or Dropbox account. Let me quickly sign in with Google. There we go, it takes us to the Sheetgo workspace where we have all of your workflows listed, and you can get started by clicking create new workflow. So let's do so. In the explore page you have the option to search through some of our solutions or specific features, but we're just gonna start from scratch by clicking on create connection. Sheetgo automatically creates an untitled workflow for you, but here we can rename, for example, CSV to PDF invoices. The first step when you create a Sheetgo workflow is you need to select your data source, either a single file or multiple files, or a database, but of course in our case we're going to select a single file and we're going to search for our CSV file in our drive. I have mine stored in OneDrive, so I'm going to find it here. And it's called invoices clients. There we go. Sheetgo has loaded the tabs, but we only have one, so this is the correct one. And then we simply press next to move on to the next step. So we want to move on to our generate section because here we want to generate Google Docs based on a template. Let me search for my invoice generator document inside my drive. There we have it, and we're going to give it a new name, for example, Sheetgo invoice. Every generated invoice in Google Docs will then have this name. You can choose whether or not you want Sheetgo to create a new folder in your drive or you already have an existing one. I'm going to let it create a new folder and I'm going to rename it right here Sheetgo invoices docs, for example. This check generated document settings is on by default because it will add a column in your spreadsheet, so in your CSV, to identify which documents have already been created. So it will only generate new documents for new entries. Let me click on next, and now of course I want to save these assets as PDF, so let's click here. Again, add it to an existing folder or a new one, Sheetgo invoices PDFs, for example. Click next, and you can, as I've mentioned before, let Sheetgo send an email automatically to the invoice recipient, so let me do that. And there's two different sending methods. Either you can share the files and send access links, but I just want to add the PDF files as attachments. And you can send it to custom recipients. That's more of like a bulk email. So I want to get the emails dynamically from my column D client email address. And here you can personalize their email title and their email body as well. For example, I've just shared file name with you using Sheetgo, and here you could click to use the smart text. For example, instead of saying hi there, we're gonna say hi client name, and here we're gonna add the invoice number and please pay it by invoice due date. Thank you, kind regards. And you can add many more, as you can see right here. We're gonna click on done editing, and now we've set up our entire workflow. So we start from our CSV file with all of our invoices and client information. We generate a Google Docs based on our template, and this will automatically create a PDF to be sent out to our clients. Let's click finish and save to create this workflow. There we go, Sheetgo has created the CSV to PDF connection. We start from our CSV file, generate documents and PDFs and share them by email. Here to the side we can open the files and the folders in our files, and here you find your Google Docs template, your CSV file, and of course the invoices generated in Google Docs and PDF. Let me open this folder and show you. There we go, here we have our folder with our Sheetgo invoices in PDF. Let me open one to show you. Sheetgo created the invoice for Peter Gibbonson with his Schweppes that he bought. Let me go back to the workflow and show you how to automate the data transfer. Go to the workflow overview right here. You see who's the owner of this workflow and who can share it with your team members. Simply add their email addresses here, and you can enable the access to all the files in the workflow so they have edit access to all, or you can turn it on as well if you like. Click done and you share it with your team members. There are 4 files in this workflow. We have one CSV file, one Google Docs document, and then our 2 folders where we have our Google Docs invoices and our PDF invoices respectively. And there's one connection between them. It was last run a couple of minutes ago, but we have the schedule still disabled. So here we can open the schedule settings and run automatically. For example, if you know that there's invoices coming once a day, for example, we can let this run at the end of your day between 5 and 6 p.m. And for example, only on Monday and Thursday, you could turn it off for any other day, or turn it on for any day that you need the invoice workflow to run. Click save to create automatic updates. There we go. This is how you automatically convert CSV to PDF with Sheetgo. If you have any questions about this, do not hesitate to comment below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more automation tips and Sheetgo how-tos. Thank you very much.